Don't get this on film. Dang it.
Action.
Hi, my name is Sarah.
Hi, my name is Joanna.
My name is Dani, Izac.
Hillary Wilson.
My name is Emily Butterfield.
Hi, my name's Chris.
My name is Gabby.
My name is Salvador Gallegos.
And I am from Costa Rica.
Suburban Chicago.
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Houston, Texas.
Greeley, Colorado.
Seattle area, Washington.
Houston, Texas. Colorado.
I'm 26 years old.
I'm 24 years old.
I'm 29.
33 years old.
29 years old.
23 years old.
28. Almost 29.
I am 32 now.
A fun fact.
Fun fact.
It's a fun fact.
Fun fact.
I'm logistics now. I just left behind being a treasure.
I like to play soccer.
This birthday is my golden birthday. I turned 29 on the 29th of November.
My last name is Coffee, just like the drink, but not spelled the same. I sort of used to be left-handed.
I've been to 39 countries.
Greek, Egyptian, white, and Indian. So that's an interesting fact about me.
I like peanut butter, chocolate, or anything peanut butter. Anything that has peanut butter inside of it, I like it.
Well, let's talk about world race culture. So we thought we would share with you more about the world race.
Let's talk about world-based culture.
Let's learn about the world race.
Let's get to know world race culture.
This is war race. Really war race.
World race culture-isms. That's not a word.
Aim, adventures, and missions.
The organization that the program war race belongs to.
An organization that hosts the world race.
So they are essentially a mission trip leading organization.
Have several different mission groups.
I'm based out of Georgia.
Based in Gainesville, Georgia.
And they have bases across the world and partner with different ministries.
And they exist to disciple our generation and to create a generation of radical Christ followers.
Share the love and light of God.
It's making an impact all over the world.
Team time! Yay!
Team time!
Time spent with the team.
Moments in each day doing something fun.
Be involved in each other's lives and have fun with one another.
Your team is your first ministry when you're out on the world race.
Build an overall sense of unity.
Just get to know each other.
That might look like watching a movie, or it might maybe look like grocery shopping together.
It can be boring. It can be awesome. It can be watching naturally rain.
Awful.
Awful.
An opportunity to continue to grow the relationship of the holistic team.
You think of your friends back home, you go out and do fun stuff, and that becomes like the bonding mechanism. So team time is that time to bond with the rest of the team.
Feedback.
Usually opens with prayer and ends with prayer. Might have some prayer in between.
Time that is set aside generally every day.
One of the more difficult aspects of the world race
When the team can be vulnerable.
is a time of you sharing the hard stuff.
The whole point is to call each other up to be more like Christ.
To encourage and to help grow your teammates.
You can go from heaven to hell in like a second.
Encouragements of things that have been done well and people going above and beyond what was necessary.
And then anything that you see in their actions where they could be more like Christ, you can also call that out in them and encourage them to improve on that behavior.
Help one another recognize where they exhibit Christ's love and characteristics and in what areas they can grow in that.
Just be mirrors for each other to show each other how they can grow and be more like Christ.
I think of the verse in the Bible as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another.
It has been the way that I have been able to grow during the race.
The squad is your tribe for the year.
All the teams together.
Like our family for the year.
Your family for 11 months.
So everybody.
Could be anywhere from 20 people to, I've heard, maybe 40 or 50 or 60 people.
Most squads are 30 to 50. We're the Fusion Squad.
The Fusion Squad is the smallest squad.
Fusion Squad, there's 23 of us, and guest stars as well with our coaches and mentors and alumni squad leaders.
Nice little small group of people.
All of us who come from multiple nations and states in America to create our squad.
There are various roles within the world race.
Oftentimes you'll hear them abbreviated like TL.
Team leader is the person who is appointed to lead the team.
Facilitator between the team and the ministry host.
There's two different kinds of squad leaders.
We've been calling them squirrels.
There are alumni squad leaders.
Alumni squad leader are the people who have been on the race before, but they came back to show people what the world race is like and to help guide them in the first half of the race, and then they leave and raise up new leadership.
And then raised up squad leaders.
They're the point person between the people on the field and the people back home.
And those two new squad leaders will become in that position for the remainder of the race.
Finance.
Me personally, I've learned a lot about how to handle money and how to budget.
Salvador and I are the storytellers.
Designated people within the squad who tend to have a passion for telling stories, either through video or through pictures.
So we do lots of video editing and posting, and lots of video editing, and lots of uploading, and we edit videos, and sometimes we try to upload them, and lots of times we can't upload because of the internet, but we do a lot of editing. So in our free time, we edit. Storytellers.
Our squad mentor and coaches are absolutely amazing.
Each squad has one mentor.
The mentor is the person who's in the office.
Who works for Adventures and Missions.
Our Daniel Williams.
Daniel.
Primarily back in the office, but will come out in the field.
His primary responsibility is to walk alongside of us in our journey.
Who can kind of orchestrate the team and work with the logistics.
Have a high level of respect, especially for logistics.
There's logistics.
Essentially the people who coordinate the whole squad's movement in between countries and especially in between continents.
And we have coaches.
Squad coaches.
A married couple who is pouring into us and giving us wisdom and mentoring us.
For us, it's Renee and Doug.
And they're there for us for questions and prayer and encouragement.
People who just have a lot of wisdom, and so they become sort of like the squad's parents in a way.
The budget.
And everybody loves the budget.
Each month we are given a food budget, a lodging budget, and typically a transportation budget.
The budget is tight, it's very difficult, it's doable.
I've learned that I can live off very little.
Budget is very little.
Because it's a little bit adjusted.
The budget is like this.
4 for food, 1 for water.
This is all you have.
It provides enough for daily sustenance.
The budget is an opportunity to recognize that if one wants to eat a holistic, balanced diet, one may need to add a little bit of one's own funds.
If you're a big foodie person like myself, you like to go over the budget.
Yeah, stretched very thin in places like Europe and in Southeast Asia. You can have mussels and duck and eat really well.
And all of this comes out of the money that we raised individually to come on the race.
Difficult. Expensive.
Debrief. Sometimes they're restful and sometimes they're restless.
Time to get together.
A wonderful time.
When the whole squad can come together.
Explore a new city or location.
And to kind of share with each other what God has done.
Just share what God has been doing in each of our lives and each of our teams.
Debrief is sleepy time.
Time for rest, to rejuvenate.
Debrief is supposed to be a time to rest.
For rest and reflection.
I think that you and the emotionally exhausted.
For me personally, it's processing time.
Kind of almost like catch your breath.
One of the biggest pitfalls is to not process through your emotions on a healthy basis. So debrief for me is like a way to catch up on processing anything that I may not have had time to do.
Travel day is when we go from ministry point to ministry point.
Travel days are some of my favorites.
Hey, oh my gosh, I used to love travel days
I love travel day. I love travel day so much.
until I had to do it so many times.
They're generally pretty expensive because we take the cheaper routes.
On a continent, we usually go via land because it's cheaper.
It could be anywhere from 2 hours on a bus, or it could be like maybe up to 72 hours on several buses or a train, or including a flight.
Probably one of the most exhausting days.
Like being packed in a van with 18 people, like in a van for 10.
So we'll take planes, trains, automobiles, buses, tuk-tuks, matatus, anything that we can get from one ministry site to the next.
Any kind of transportation, you name it, we've done it.
You don't do anything, but for some reason when you get to your host, you're really tired.
Travel days are opportunities to meet people and to spread the gospel that you wouldn't usually see at your ministry host.
No sleep,
I love the opportunity to nap.
uncomfortable neck position,
Love airplane food.
bad food, no coffee, or really crappy coffee.
I like to connect with the other squad mates because that's the time that generally we're traveling together.
Usually towards the end, an overall sense of grumpiness among the whole squad, and including yours truly. In full honesty.
However, I usually feel incredibly stressed out over where the nearest bathroom will be because sometimes there isn't one, and sometimes the bus won't stop. So always carry an extra Ziploc.
Those awesome days are the ones that you're not going to remember, but the awful days are going to be the ones that you're going to be remembering all your life.
Get ready for adventure on travel day.
ATL stands for the Atlanta Airport. Just kidding.
ATL, ask the Lord.
I love this time.
Instead of putting God on a list, God gets to be the list.
This is the time where you really tune into the Holy Spirit.
It's all about inquiring of God what He has for you in that day.
You get to seek the Lord and what He wants you to do.
You just simply ask the Lord whatever question you've got for Him, and you just sit there and you wait for an answer.
Be still. Be still. Don't say anything.
And just quieting yourself and asking God,
God, where do you want me to go, or with whom do you want me to interact?
You wait for Him to speak something into you, and then you act on whatever He says.
Get direction from God.
First team that I led, every morning we had a time of ATL, and we have a lot of really cool stories of listening to how the Lord spoke the same thing to multiple people on the team, and then going out and being obedient to what the Holy Spirit told us.
What magnificent opportunities, experiences, interactions, and relationships can unfold as a result of listening to the Spirit.
And the Lord shows up in really awesome ways.
Fully funded.
Woo!
Fully funded. Wow.
Fully funded celebration. Oh, celebration.
One of the greatest celebrations on the race.
Fully funded are the best words you can hear in the world race.
Fully funded is one of the greatest victories of the world race.
And you will celebrate it with each one of your squad mates.
it means that you can continue on the race.
You have reached the full amount that you were set to raise in order for you to continue on the race.
One of the best moments on the race was knowing that I was fully funded.
It's really exciting. You feel like a monkey is just leaving your body.
On my word. You should go read my blog, joannamohr.theworldrace.org, about being fully funded.
$16,000 to $18,000, or however much it is that one has to fundraise to be a part of the world race, seems like an impossible amount. And God takes that impossible amount and just blows it in your face by having it come to be.
And God is freaking good.
Like, what the heck? It's amazing.
Fully funded is a way that God shows up in your finances in ways that you never thought that He would.
It's great.
An incredible way to recognize how the Lord provides.
We serve a God who provides. Fully funded is a testimony to that very fact.
Journey markers. Well,
Journey markers are homework.
I personally love to write papers, and I love research.
I really sucked at it.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Journey markers are a tool to reflect and keep our mentor and coaches informed as to where our hearts and spirits are in each month.
It's a time just to check with their coaches and mentors.
it's kind of like a check-in tool.
It's almost like a devotional style type thing that will spur you on in your faith.
Strategic questions, and they even maybe sometimes provide some reading material.
They challenge you.
Weekly, we have little journal responses to share. Sometimes we do them, sometimes we don't.
You never have time to do them, but you have a lot of time to be in basic.
It wasn't really as great with deadlines in this case. A lot of times we don't have internet, so it's not always fair.
But I did keep a copy of each of them.
But that's not really an excuse because I actually don't like excuses.
Everybody has a blog going into the race.
The blog is an opportunity to invite every single person who is a part of each one of our race journeys because they have contributed to our fundraising or they have been prayer partners with us. It's just a way to invite them into the journey to be just as much a part of it as we are on the field.
Resourceful way to share your story with those who are at home.
Be able to connect with other people.
Tell our story and add pictures.
It's a great way to share testimonies.
My space to really share what I'm at.
Broadcast what God is teaching me.
It's a great way to share just kind of things that you're working through.
But for me, the blog is a way of bragging on God.
And to try to make our mentor to win some status in the airlines thing.
Sometimes it can be scary going out by yourself, so they have suggested that we have the buddy rule.
Even in Acts, as the disciples were sent out to cities to evangelize. They were always sent out in pairs of 2.
You get to travel in 2s or even 3s because it may not be completely safe for you to walk by yourself.
The thing that we do for safety,
It's supposed to keep you safe or something, I don't know.
Essentially, it's a safety thing.
That can be very difficult for people who, introverts who need alone time.
we used to joke that alone time is when you just put in headphones and stare at a wall.
And like even when you're in the bathroom, you're gonna feel the buddy rule.
Not when they're going to the bathroom.
The buddy rule has created joy and celebration in having to fit just one single body in a crammed bus bathroom on a public transportation, because it's one of the only times one can break the buddy rule.
Even though we're all over 18.
24/7 with somebody.
I'm a quality time person, so I really enjoyed the buddy role.
The buddy rule is my nemesis.
I don't like it.
Buddy rule is a struggle.
Most people hated it.
Adventure Day is a way for us to be able to explore the cities or communities of which we're a part in a different perspective.
Decide what parts of the culture you want to experience.
Where you get to go out and explore.
It allowed us to explore the city or the country that we were currently in.
And sometimes it can be anywhere from bungee jumping,
Adrenaline adventure days,
Like cliff diving,
eating traditional foods.
going to a musical performance.
There are nature adventure days,
Being so overwhelmed about God's creation.
seeing cultural dances,
taking 2 or 3 taxis to get to the mall because you realized you were on the wrong route.
It's a really diverse way to be able to travel and see different parts of the world.
Immerse yourself into the culture of wherever you're at.
It's all about just experiencing the culture that you're living in.
Rest day is the perfect time to go get internet.
Rest day, sleepy time.
Oh yes, the siesta day.
Rest spiritually, physically, and mentally.
Not only essential for the introverts like me, but it's essential for the extroverts, even if they don't admit it.
And even God instituted the Sabbath, so we have a rest day.
Get your pennies back, so to speak.
Take a Sabbath,
Could be working out
take a nap,
and watching movies.
maybe watch a movie.
But it's whatever your mind and body needs to rest.
The time to take a step back and rest and relax and breathe out and fill up with the Lord.
Recovered from a really busy but incredible week of working for the Lord.
And get yourself ready and prepared for the upcoming week of ministry.
That's the world race culture. I feel a little out of breath. It's really fast. You're still filming, aren't you? Still filming. Okay. All right. Well, thanks. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Thanks, Chris. Okay. All right,
yeah.
Goodbye. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna get out of here.
See you
I'm
later.
gonna get out of the floor.
What? So my name is Chris. I am currently filming Dani. Oh.
I just closed the door. This is still happening. This is still happening. Okay.
Wait. Where are you? 1.3x zoomed in?
I don't know.
Yeah, you were.
You were.
You were.
It's you.
No, you.
Okay. Am I going pie or something?
Are we gonna talk about world race culture?
Okay. Odd one. Okay.
Yeah, peace.